All right, let's get an update of the rural real estate market with our man Conrad Wilkshire, GM of Rural at Property Brokers. Good morning, Conrad.
Morning, Hamish. Morning, Loey.
Righty, hey. The rural market is up $1 billion on the same time last year. Gee, that's a bit of folding, isn't it?
Yes, it is, Hamish. So we're sort of tracking it on a rolling 12-month average. So you drop the last month up and put the new month on. And, yeah, as it stands at the end of October, it's $1 billion up at $3.6 billion annualised. So, it's a hell of a recovery.
Yeah.
And it's a reflection, I think, of the underlying market. It's back to where it was. The market, I think, last year took a hell of a dip. So it's a bit flattering in that it's actually probably where the market should be, but last year the market took a real dip.
Yeah, it's hard to, you would have been a pretty brave punter to say that we'd be having a conversation 12 months ago whereby I say to you, Property Brokers has sold 55 dairy farms this calendar year and the median sale price is now $42 a kilogram per hectare on dairy sales. I mean, 42K per hectare on dairy sales. Outstanding. Yeah, no, look, it's good. I mean, it's good to be, last year we saw the market operated around about 100 farms for the whole country, about 110 on the open market. Yep. And this year it's about 250. And, we're excited by those 55 sales because, it's good to be selling the farms from our perspective. Pointing from the vendor's point of view, as you say, it's up from the median price last year. This time last year, as it stands, it would have been 28,000 a hectare would have been the median price for the calendar year 2020 to December. And if I look at it now, as you say, it's 42,000. And I can tell you on sales evidence I'm looking at for the last couple of weeks in November, heading into December, it's stronger than that again. And we've really got that Canterbury market operating now as well. So, and it should be though. I mean, our dairy farms in New Zealand, I've been saying it for a while, they represent the best value buying of any asset class that I've looked at in the last couple of years. And to your earlier point, this time last year we were saying, look, we really do believe a dairy investment is a good one. And it's proven to be true. Yeah.
Conrad, where's the ceiling? At what point you say that 42, it's gone up again. What is the ceiling you believe before it becomes not a good investment?
Well, I think it's still got room to move. Crystal ball. Yeah, but I really do believe it could go at least another 10,000. I reckon that median price could go into the 50s. I really do. And the reason I say that is I'm seeing a lot of country like 100 hectares bare land going for 40,000 a hectare, and I'm seeing highly improved flat dairy farms going for 43, and I cannot figure that out in the same location.
Yep.
Yeah, you get the infrastructure on these farms, and you think that bare land, if you have to put that infrastructure on, then, it's hard to believe, isn't it?
There's another factor coming into it, as people cash out, and there's been some extraordinary prices paid for sheep and beef farms for a range of reasons we've discussed previously. Yeah. And those guys have typically worked all their lives on the land, and they don't have a propensity for big foreign overseas trips and sports cars. They tend to put it more into maybe just a couple of 100 hectares of easy country down country on the downlands, and I think that impact is yet to flow through into the market. So some of that lower downlands country looks pretty good buying at the moment, but I don't see that staying for long, because as that money flows, it will typically flow to more land. It's unlikely they're not likely to go invest too long in town. I think they'll probably, a lot of that money will end up in some probably superior classes of land, and they're prepared to pay a premium, and it's probably more to do with what they want to do rather than what they need to service at the bank, because they'll be cashed up.
Yep.
Conrad, you mentioned you're in the Waikato. When I was up there, retired farmers went to Papamoa or the Mount or somewhere up the Coromandel, got a nice holiday/home there, and that's where they retired to. But if you're not, at the moment, if you're not into that stage of retirement and you just want a lifestyle block, what are they doing up there? What sort of money is being paid?
It's massive. There's some recent sales around here out of Cambridge, and they're not horse studs. They're just in Te Awamutu, I might add, but generally in that sort of central Waikato, and 20 hectares around here can go between 3 and 4 million with a nice executive home and the odd bit of post and rail. But it's not, it's still a lifestyle block, and there seems to be no limit on that at the moment in terms of demand.
Yeah, but I suppose they could come to Remuera and get for not a hell of a lot for between 3 and 4 million, Conrad. Reality is, it sounds like good value to me.
Yeah. Some of us humble provincial types don't get the opportunity to enjoy those remuneration values, Hamish. But yeah, that would be true for those.
Yeah.
But for the
Conrad. But you and I like to, have the freedom to go in and out as we please, and go and get a coffee and maybe go to the pub.
Easy. Yeah.
Living in Remuera would be like the leafy berms for the last 3-4 months, wouldn't it, Hamish?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's.
Well, I tell you, what I will say though is, some of these people that have cashed out of the sheep and beef country have, often taken a little out of their properties, put it all back in, and have probably not taken a lot out of the farm, and the opportunity now to actually go back in and buy a place half an hour from town would be quite different from living maybe an hour and a half away out on the coast or in the central country.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting, What a year we've had. So many things going on, but the old rural job, Conrad, quite frankly, is booming along, and you must be, it must be. I guess we end 2021 in a good space, and looking for things to continue in 2022.
Yeah, no, it is a bit of right place, right time. But I would say, it's been 4 years in the making, and everything has its cycle. And in farming, nobody calls success too early. But if one thing I would say is, right now, I wouldn't be second guessing the market too much. I'd be looking at my choices, and because nothing lasts forever, and it's certainly it's a pretty purple patch at the moment.
Yeah, fantastic. So you're giving yourself a bit of a, we're over the course of the year, Low. We talked to Conrad. He's been over on the over on the East Coast, in the Waikato, down to Canterbury. You actually, you're going to have some time at home. Or you're going
to? You'll have to introduce himself, Hamish.
Yeah. Actually, you're closer to the truth than you realise.
Yeah.
And,
it's a quote. That's in the quote file. That's in the quote file. Conrad Wilkshire, closer to the truth than you realise. Beautiful. Love it. Yeah. No, good stuff.
Conrad, you said you're getting home. What will be the downtime? What will be the activity for you? Is it couching or a bit more productive than that?
Yeah, I'm a bit of an active
relaxer.
Holiday. So active relaxer. Yes, I love getting the surfcaster out on the beach, out at Foxton at the river mouth. That's always quite good fun, though. I don't try and avoid stingrays if I can.
Catching what?
Yep.
Stingray?
Yeah, well, a snapper and carway would be ideal. Yeah. And, and we often get up to the lake in the new year. It's always a bit of a ritual up there too. So, so anything to do with some fishing is always pretty close to where I'm at.
Cool. Sensational. You have a great Christmas, New Year, Conrad Wilkshire, and we'll catch up with you in 2022.
Thanks, guys. Been enjoying. It's great to be on the show, and thanks for all your support. And thank you to our vendors out there and all the support we've had in 2021, and looking forward to 22.
Yeah, too right. Thank you to you, Conrad, and of course the great team at Property Brokers as well. This is your Rural Exchange, the show affectionately known as Rex.